Hi everyone, this is a video explanation for Thursday, October 8th. You want to scroll down to here, day 4, October 8th. And here we are, sync and async. So let's start with the sync meeting. So if you look at our Zoom session agenda, we are going to uh, focus on inference and main idea. So we're going to read an article in small groups and identify new vocabulary words in that article. And then you'll look up the definition and make sure you understand the vocabulary for that article. Then, in small groups, you will read your paragraph and find the main idea and details of that paragraph. Then, you'll do a second read of that paragraph. So you'll read it a second time. And now you will look for the inference you can make from that paragraph. Okay, so this doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it will take the entire class. So main ideas, details, and inference. That will be the focus of today's class. These are the paragraphs that we will read. So we'll start with the vocabulary. So the vocabulary, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Each person will be assigned one paragraph. So if you're paragraph 1, for example, go to your paragraph and look for any new words in this paragraph. And when you find a new word, you're going to write on a piece of paper, write the paragraph number, the new word, and the definition for the word. You also have the option of writing this information in the discussion below. If you're comfortable typing, you can type your information here. So paragraph number one, and let's say the word is survive. Maybe I don't know that word, survive. Survive, and then the definition is to live through a dangerous situation. I think that's the definition. So when you're done, you'll press post, right? And you can do as many words as you find. Okay, so you can either write on a piece of paper or in the discussion below. Okay, if you already know all of the words in your paragraph, if you read it and say, I know all of these words, you can come to a different paragraph and look for new words in that other paragraph. Paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. So remember, everybody will be assigned one paragraph, and if you find new words in that paragraph, you can look them up and find the definitions. So that's the vocabulary. Then here we have the paragraph for topic sentence and the one for inference. So if you're paragraph 1, you'll start here. Paragraph 1, topic sentence details, controlling ID. So you're going to, once again, read the paragraph and then answer these questions. What is the topic sentence? What are the supporting details? Okay, so you have to read through the paragraph to find that answer. We'll do that in small groups. Then when you're finished, we'll come back and do this one, paragraph 1 inference. Again, it's the same paragraph. You'll read it one more time, but this time you have to answer some questions, okay? And they're about inference and what evidence do you support? What evidence do you find that will support your inference? So we'll do that in class together. I'll give more explanation to make sure you understand. So let's go now to the async activities for Thursday. So this one is also about inference. So here it's 3 different questions. So the first one is they give you a short text to read, and then they ask you questions about the inference you can make from this text. Okay, then the next one is another text, and then it asks you questions about inference. Same about the third text. What inference can you make from the third text? So that's how this activity works. You have to pick the correct inference. And then this one is a discussion about job interviews. So for this activity, you will practice interview skills. The first step, think of a job you would like to apply for in the future. The first thing you should do in your post is tell us what job you have chosen. So for example, if you want to be a nurse, that should be the first thing you want to write, is that you are applying for a nurse position. Then you want to scroll down here to look at these questions and then pick three, at least three of these questions that you want to answer. So then after you pick your three questions, you will answer them. You would write how you will respond to each question in an interview. So I want you to pretend, for example, if you choose this question, what were you responsible for doing at your current or previous job? I want you to pretend you're at a job interview for a nurse position and the manager is asking you this question. So then you will write your answer. Okay, that's step 3. Write how you would answer each question in the interview. But make sure to use the bold phrases from the questions when you write your answers. So for this one, what were you responsible for doing? Notice that responsible for is the bold part. So you want to use responsible for in your answer and then pair it with a gerund, right? So here we have responsible for doing, right? But in your answer, you might have responsible for something else. So here at the bottom, I have posted an example in the discussion below. So for example, make this bigger for you. So I chose, for this activity, I would like to apply for a job as a CNA certified nurse's assistant. So my first question I chose, what were you responsible for doing at your current or previous job? Okay, so remember, I have to use responsible for and a gerund in my answer. At my previous job, I worked at a nursing home. Okay, I was responsible for bathing the residents. Notice I have responsible for and then a gerund, bathing. I was also responsible for feeding them and giving them their medications. Again, responsible for and feeding, and then another gerund, and giving. Finally, I was responsible for helping them with rehab exercises. Responsible for, and then helping, gerund. Okay, and then number 2, I answer, what do you avoid doing when you're at work? When I'm at work, I avoid looking on my phone. So here I have avoid and then a gerund, looking. The reason I'm using a gerund, if I look back up here at the question, avoid, and then it tells me I need a gerund. So I'm using gerunds. Okay, I also avoid talking to my friends. So avoid talking. So that's avoid with a gerund. Finally, what is a task you decided to do without your supervisor asking you to do it? So for this one, I know that I have decided and I need to use a gerund. So here we go. At my previous job, I decided to organize a birthday party for one of the residents. I have decided, and then the infinitive. Yeah, this should be infinitive. And then another one. I also decided to clean. So I have decided and then another infinitive. So I need to fix this one. This needs to be infinitive. I will fix that before Thursday. Okay, so this is just an example. You can pick any 3 questions you want. You don't have to pick the same questions as me. And you can pick more than 3. That's also fine. Okay, so that is the second async activity for Thursday. You have the quiz about the texts for inference, and then you have the discussion post about job interview questions. Okay, so that is the explanation for Thursday. I hope you do very well, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.